All right, so that book dragon asked me to show my dog on camera, and so this is a 1-year-old golden doodle, just barely 1 year old. His name is Banjo. Banjo, say hi. All right, so we are gonna start with the word banjo today. Okay, we got an O and an N. Let's see. Not in those positions, so something like stone isn't bad. That gets us new positions for the O and the N. Okay, so we got the spot for the N. There's no S, T, or E. So there's either got to be an I or a U or only O's, unless there's a Y. Okay, what's gonna go after the N if it's not an E at the end? Can't be a T, can't be an S. Maybe a D? Something ND maybe? Something like that? Could have a U there. It could be O-U-N-D. Maybe, ooh, there's a bunch of things that could be though. Yeah. Pound, found, mound, round. Yeah, what do you think it is? What do you think it is, Banjo? Yeah, you think so? Okay. So here's what I'm thinking. Because of hard mode, if I guess something O-U-N-D and that's correct, if it's not the right word, but it is O-U-N-D, then I'm gonna be stuck in the guessing that first letter loop. So what I'm gonna try and do is think of a word that uses P, R, M, F, W. We got wound as well. There's a whole bunch. That also uses O and an N in the fourth position, but isn't O-U-N-D. Okay, well I can't think of too many things that have several of those letters, but I could do rhino, which would let me see if there's an I, because if there's not an I, then I feel like it's probably an O-U. And it also checks R and H for round and hound in case it is O-U-N-D. So let's try that. Okay, so it doesn't have an I, so I think it's gotta be O-U-N-D because otherwise what's gonna come after the N? Could be a Y, I guess. But then, I don't know what's gonna happen, because there's gotta be, it can't have an O, but we can't have a vowel before the N. Other than U, it could be a U, but otherwise we can't have a vowel before the N. So if it's not O-U-N-D, I don't know what's gonna work there. Oh, we could have a G at the end. But then, again, what's gonna go right here? Since it's not an I, what's gonna go right there? I think it's probably something like this, but it could be pound, or mound, or found, or wound. I mean, we've got 3 guesses, and I think there's 4 possibilities. There's probably one that I'm missing, but... Oh, actually, it could be young also. Oh, no. All right, so I think I'm just gonna have to go with something with a D. If it's not D, then we'll know it's young. We've ruled out round and hound. It's not sound, it's not bound. Okay, well, since we're starting with banjo, and we don't want banjo to end up at the pound, we're not gonna do pound. We're gonna do the other 3. We'll see how that does. So we'll start with wound or wound. Okay. All right, it is the D. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't have the D at the end, so then I would know it was young. All right, so next would be mound. All right, it better be found. Come on, found. Okay. We got it, Banjo. He was worried about it, I'm sure. All right, so we got it, but just barely. So let me know how you did with today's Wordle. Be sure to subscribe for more puzzles.